Welcome back again to Plot Off the Press.
Welcome back to Plot Off the Press. Hot today.
We should do that every time.
Every time.
Yeah,
it's 15 past the hour here in the Bluff City.
It's 100 degrees outside.
Fuck yeah.
I want to hear your fucking bullshit. Come to Dallas, Texas. I bet you it's hotter.
Yeah, I don't want any of that. I want none of that. I don't want no part of that bet. I've been to Dallas at the end of September and driving 80 miles an hour in a convertible was like, I'm going to pull over and put this convertible up. I'm going to fucking turn the air on.
Why the fuck did you have the convertible on open?
Well, I didn't. I wasn't my plan. Wasn't my. I just ended up driving this car. So that's another story for another time. But it was again interstate. It was still fucking hot. Like I'm cooking.
Was this when y'all were?
Don't worry about it. Again, another time, another place. Welcome back to Plot Off the Press.
What a nerd.
So today we're doing another obscure 2005 movie called Waiting. Actually, it has a couple big people in it. Anna Faris, Ryan Reynolds.
Anna Faris is not overweight. She's not big. She was in the House Bunny the next year. She's got a great ass.
Call her overweight.
I know that. You said big. I'm kidding.
Justin Long, David Kocher, and Dane Cook actually plays a decent role in this. I'm trying to look back and see if this might have been one of Dane Cook's first kind of appearances on the big scene.
He was the waffler in Mystery Man years before.
Was that before this one?
Waffler! When they're doing the superhero tryouts.
I mean, his 35-second at most.
Hey, still in a movie.
Yeah. I will say, I did see that in this movie, he just improvised all of it. They didn't give him any lines or anything. I mean, not that he had a whole bunch, but...
Yeah, that sounds about
so
right.
It was more like a cameo than...
And Chi McBride and Luis Guzman's in it. There's actually quite a few people.
Yeah. So he just kind of made up all his shit, which makes it more fun, I think.
So it is a 6.7 out of 10, directed by Rob McKittrick, who did basically nothing else.
He wrote the movie Tag, and was Still Waiting, which Still Waiting was bad.
Tag, the newer movie?
Tag, when they played the game of Tag. With
like that movie.
There you go. See, it wasn't that bad.
It was on Hulu, I think.
Hulu?
With Hawkeye.
Yeah. And with John Hamm and Ed Helms. And anyway, so let's keep talking about this movie.
I'm just saying.
I'm just messing with you.
6.7 out of 10. I'm going to kick off and give this one a solid 4.
Man.
It's not...
For someone that hangs out in bars a lot...
I do hang out in bars. And maybe that's what bothered me. It's like, it's not terribly far off from the true things. I thought they spent way too long of a time explaining this show your dick game.
That's just because you're gay. That's why you don't like it.
Yeah, the F word. Because you can't say it now, but they say it in this movie about 800 times. But yeah, you just got kicked in the ass. Funny side note about this movie. The first time we watched it, not 15 minutes after the movie ended, I did break out the goat and won. So I got to.
That's disturbing.
Isn't it though?
I married him, y'all.
Yeah, man. I was kicking people in the ass and everything.
Wait, I assumed you were. I thought you meant with Casey. Was this back like in
2005? This is BC, okay?
Yeah, before Casey, BC.
Yeah, 2005 BC.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, and I do. Like you said, I spent a lot of time in bars. I've spent a lot of time in behind the scenes of the bars. So I will agree. I mean, don't do stupid shit with your servers. Tip everybody right. Treat them right at the table. There are always those crazy bitches that come out to the table and they're super nice to you, but when they go back behind the scenes at the
that's with any job.
Yeah,
restaurant, they're fucking hyenas. And then don't fuck with people that fuck with your food because
exactly
ball hair and spit and I remember a couple of my friends growing up. They were all somehow got hired at Cracker Barrel at the same time. And so there's like 4 of these just true degenerates
quick thing.
Let him
Real
talk.
quick, how they all got hired at Cracker Barrel at the same time? They just filled out an application. That's all it takes. So, nothing against that Cracker Barrel, but it's a corporate restaurant. If you fill out an application, you're going to get hired, unless you're smoking crack while you're filling it out, or you fill it out in like crayon. They might throw that one away. But continue. I'm sorry.
Well, they all ended up line cooks together, and so they always had these horror stories, which have honestly made me never go back to Cracker Barrel, no matter where now. But like, you know, they'd pull out the fried catfish and drop it on the floor, just throw it back in the fryer for a minute, and then put it on the plate. Shit like that happens all the time. No thanks.
I have been.
I know it happens all the time. I just don't want to know about it.
Well, you gotta think if something's being fried, that's like 1,000,000 degrees.
It's 350.
So I mean,
More
that would
likely
kill anything, right?
to kill anything. Yeah, but
I mean, again, I'm with you. I don't want to know about
Yeah,
it.
but it's not going to pull the hair that's on top of the catfish off the floor.
oh yeah, it will. It'll burn that hair up. Trust me. Hey, look, I've worked at a restaurant for a long time. I don't allow it to happen in mine, or the one I run, whatever. But like,
So you won't find that at Easton Grill on 64.
hey, like, did we giving out like names? I mean, of course, I'm only wearing the shirt, but still.
We're getting new customers.
We're sponsored by them. What the fuck are you talking about?
I know, right?
I know, but still, just, shh. We're talking about people spitting in food.
And you're saying it doesn't happen.
Well, I don't know.
There.
Yeah, they don't. We don't do that. But now, I not say that I have not seen someone else do that before. I have seen someone spit in a glass, into a pitcher of iced tea for a whole table. We used to have a thing at a place. It was called Marmaduking, where you would lick your whole hand like Marmaduke would, and then just touch everything. Just so there's no that. Like when they one of the best scenes in this movie is when they're fixing the food that bitch complains. Which again, I have a lot of things in this movie that make me like it. Is that a lot of everything is extreme, but little stuff I've ever, like I said before this movie started, saw this movie, never fuck with somebody that's going to touch your food. But I would say in a different way is, why would you ever be mean to somebody that's going to go around a corner and through a door where you can't see them and then bring you back food like that? And I've heard the bitchy lady. I mean, the food the last 4 times we ate here hasn't been good. I had this lady one time tell me.
Then why did you come back?
Well, here's the deal. This lady told me one time, she goes, who's doing the pork chops today? Like, she knows who the fuck it is anyway. But she goes, well, hopefully they'll be cooked better today, because the last bunch of times I've had them, they've been like shoe leather. And I looked at her and I just said, well, sweetie, maybe you should order something different. That's obviously how we cook the pork chops. And she she just was like, no, you just don't cook. No, they're going to cook it till it's done. But so that's what I relate to this movie a lot, is because I've heard all this stuff before.
Oh, yeah.
But a lot of the stuff in the back is taken to an extreme. Like, if Luis Guzman was he's obviously the kitchen manager. Like, at the end of the night, those people that come in 2 minutes before, fuck them, because at a corporate restaurant, we close at 11. It's 10:58. It's 10:58. They can come in, and they'll let them stay for hours. Oh, it's fucking terrible. But the picking up and just dropping her on the floor, like, I mean, they wouldn't do that. But when someone came out and they said, "Oh, sorry guys, we sat at a table," and the kitchen's going, fuck, and beating. Yeah, the only thing they wouldn't do is.
But why would they still have a full kitchen staff if they're about to close?
That's
Wouldn't you just have like 2 people?
That's what makes it a movie. They all have embroidered shirts. I mean, it's a movie. They would all have just like a name tag. But again, so
yeah,
I don't know. They just like Luis Guzman started throwing stuff.
What did you rate it?
He wouldn't fuck up the floor. Once you got that floor cleaned, you don't fuck that up.
What'd you rate
7.8.
Okay.
It's a good movie. It's a good movie. Ryan Reynolds is funny.
I love Ryan Reynolds in this.
I mean, he's great.
Okay, so
I gave it a 7.
Yeah.
I mean, it's got a bunch of good people. It's funny. I've watched this movie quite a few times.
Mm.
And I think this is the first movie that I remember Ryan Reynolds. Yeah.
You watch it for the bush, don't you?
Ugh. That thing's angry.
That's so angry.
And then she's got stuff in it. But
That's what makes it so much fun.
I know.
So Ryan Reynolds is your first Ryan Reynolds experience?
I think so. And he's his typical kind of character that he does in a lot of the comedies he's in, which I think he's probably like that in real life, which makes me like him. But yeah, I mean, I think everybody's good in it, and it's entertaining, and I think for the most part, it's pretty true. Of course, there's some extremes as we've discussed, but
yeah,
solid 7.
Okay, so just for example, when she goes to make the dessert and the whipped cream has no nitrogen in it, that's why. Obviously, when the guy wrote it, more than likely that was he's obviously was that was something that happened probably in the mid '90s, whatever, because they stopped doing that. The whipped cream now comes in a bag that's not, you squeeze it out, at least most places. Some places still use the Ready Whip, but oh yeah, I've worked at a place before and the whole fucking case of fucking whipped cream, all of it was flat. All of it. And somebody one night went in the fucking walk-in and huffed all it. I mean, like, seen it. Been there, been Naomi going, fuck you motherfuckers! Fuck all of y'all!
But even right before that, she's, at the table like, oh yes, that sounds, yeah. She's like, you stupid bitch, you shouldn't even be eating a hot fudge sundae.
Yeah. Like, she's the closest one to me there is, because I mean, I'd walk out and be like, hey, how you doing? I mean, like, I got some Justin Long in me, and that sounded bad.
I bet you do.
At least it's Justin Long. Okay, thanks, Justin, for that. No, I mean, I have some characteristics of Justin Long and some of Ron Reynolds, but the Naomi girl, that shit, just walk in the back. These fucking, like I even tell my people now, don't cuss them out. Let's go back to the back and fucking talk bad about them, and then go right back out. But like, just pop your neck, walk out. Hey, how's everyone doing? Big smile. Oh, that sounds delicious. Fucking cunt. It's all.
Well, and I was also laughing. Bishop. I've spent enough time at the two Eastons. There's a Bishop at every restaurant. Like, just that sage older man that's working the back end. That everybody goes and just you don't mean to, but you end up getting good life advice from.
He's too deep for actually somebody in real life, but again, I know that guy. I know the manager, lesbian bartender. I don't know she's the real pretty girl that was.
What else she was in?
She was in Entourage.
That's it.
She's Eve's girlfriend. She's She's really, really pretty, but she doesn't really have that much of a part in it. But I mean, just everybody. I mean, the stupid fucking busboys. Seen that? I gotta fix a drink. I'll continue to talk. Sorry.
Were you gonna talk mine off? No, I'm saying you're not gonna do mine too.
Hey, look, continue.
Why don't we plan this?
Huh?
We're out of practice. We should have planned this better.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, look,
I ran out of beer too.
Can we pause it?
No. Right now we're just doing behind the scenes. Hey, everybody.
If you're getting a deep look into the Tito's budget at the
Hey, Tito's, sponsored by Tito's.
I wish.
That'd be
Actually,
awesome.
you know what? It's probably for the best that we're not.
Is it?
Because if Tito's,
we still buy it. I mean,
no, Tito's, they're strict on their advertising. They don't.
Yeah, but
for some
yes, you buy it, but I want you to think about having an unlimited supply of it.
We already did.
Yeah, that's why I go to work every day. You think it's to pay the light bill? No, it's to pay the Tito's bill. Ooh. Hashtag Tito's bill. All right, sorry. Continue. I'm done.
So let's talk about our favorite characters then. I am at a hard line between. I really like Luis Guzman, and I also like Naomi, just because I think it's just hilarious the two-facedness that Naomi puts on, and then Guzman. I bitched about it earlier, but anybody that in a serious movie can describe a game about looking at a guy's dick and how to present your dick in unnatural ways for like it's like a 20-minute montage of him talking about how to do this dick game.
Well, it's called the Abraham Lincoln, but you got to shave first. But I mean, so if you ever got time when you're playing with yourself, see if you can come up with any kind of new ideas. Naomi's is the best character, even is as good as Ryan Reynolds is in it. It'd be the smart ass and fake pedophile. The manager David, what's his name, Kushner or whatever.
Yeah,
he's funny in it, but he plays the goober.
Yep.
Justin Long, I don't mind Justin Long in this movie, but he is the whiner of the movie.
He's in the whiner. He's the whiner of every movie.
Well, he's not like the kid from Dazed and Confused, the younger kid in Dazed and Confused, the one that gets paddled so bad after baseball practice.
Yeah.
Like he whines the whole movie, and the way he keeps grabbing his nose, always. Now it's pissing me off just even thinking about it.
What always drives me nuts. He still looks like he's in his 20s, and he is very firmly in his mid to late 40s now.
Oh yeah, he's three years older than me. It's the same as Paul Rudd. Fuck, Paul Rudd was born in 1970. He looks like he still could be Phoebe's boyfriend on Friends. I mean, shit.
He hasn't aged.
Lucky motherfucker.
Dustin Long's 78 from.
Oh, never mind. He's exactly as old as I am. Hey, Justin. Hey there, guy. Happy birthday.
Why don't you look like that?
Bad genes. I don't want to tell you. It's a hard life.
Levi is tough like that.
He just pretended to work in a restaurant. I did. That probably had a lot to do with it.
You're taller though.
Emma.
Yeah, than Justin Long. You gotta be.
I don't know.
What does that even have to fucking do with anything? Are we short shaming Justin Long right now?
He's
fine. Just trying to make you feel better.
Ooh. Oh, well, then I am. I'm this much taller than him. Side note, though, Top Gun 2, I think Tom Cruise has finally got over the fact that he's short because if you notice in the scenes where he's
being short, yes.
Yeah, like he looks up to a couple different people.
Yeah.
It's just like, I guess he finally got to be, and God bless you, Tom, love you to death. I guess he got to be, 60 like he is, and just said, fuck it. I'm going to still keep making fucking movies, no matter how tall or short, how tall I am.
Yeah.
Fuck it. Who cares?
Nobody cares.
Own that shit, man. It still looks good for being fucking 60. And he's got that
Whoever did his facelift did a really good job.
Yeah, because you could definitely tell from Night and Day to Ghost Protocol, it was like,
so who's your favorite character?
Naomi's best character.
Yeah, I have to say Naomi.
Yay!
Yeah, she's crazy.
Go Team Carter.
What about your favorite
She's
scene?
crazy and I love it.
Huh?
What about your favorite scene?
Case?
Well, I've got two.
Ooh.
Well, because we're talking about Naomi, of course, when she, a lot of girls would never play this game, blah, 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 and then lifts it up and it's...
Angry.
Yeah, it's a lot. That's just funny. And then, of course, Mitch at the end, when he actually talks.
He goes the fuck off.
And he just goes the fuck off on everybody, and I love it.
Carter.
Well, thank you. Taylor's just like...
He's like, I give this movie a 4, I don't give a fuck.
We're going to keep talking about this shit. Either the fixing the food, just for the sheer fact that, first off, the whole restaurant wouldn't watch and do that. But the real funny part about that is when he's like, a little guacamole, and Luis Guzman stops and gets all serious. He goes, hey man, what are you doing? You can't mix continental and Mexican food. They do this horrible thing to this bitch, which she deserves. But then they just get actual serious. And you can't put guacamole on top of a steak. What are you doing? And he's like, oh, garlic salt. And it's like, oh, that's even worse. And I mean, as funny as it is, Dane Cook ripping off some pubic hair and putting it on there, pubic hair would look like pubic hair. Anyway,
Yeah,
that
everybody in the world would notice that.
yeah, that was like all right, but that or the customer montage, like the redneck guy when Anna Faris goes to the table with the two guys, he's like, "Oh yeah, you're gonna be taking care of us." I like the sound of that, and then it's just like I said, everybody is stereotypical in it, but you would be surprised if you worked in a restaurant for like 2 months how much sense this movie would actually make. I'm not saying it's the greatest thing ever, but see, also I relate to it because like I got a buddy of mine who's a construction worker or like a carpenter, and he watched that movie, The Passion of the Christ, and he was like, he didn't relate to that at all, even though both guys were carpenters.
Nothing to do with it.
What are you talking about? Didn't he build like a table or something at the beginning of Passion of the Christ?
No, he starts. It's further in the Garden of Gethsemane.
He doesn't build a staircase or a ladder or anything. He is a carpenter, though, right?
He builds a staircase to heaven.
My favorite scene. Anyway,
I don't relate to that movie at all, but whatever.
Oh my God, we're definitely not ever reviewing that one because we won't be friends anymore.
No, we not. I'm laughing. Anyway,
my favorite scene is the house parties. You know, it's a fucking Tuesday night. They're all like, "Yeah, we're going over here. We're going to get shit faced tonight."
It's real.
And sidebar, the same guys that worked at Cracker Barrel also lived in this tiny 2-bedroom apartment over in Nutbush together. And
yes. Of course, in Nutbush, love it.
And so that was like party central for all of us that were degenerates. You know, I was like 19 years old, and we'd go do a house party. I'd drink a fifth of bourbon or something in the middle of usually vodka. But we'd go do these crazy flip cup games, lots of dancing, lots of titties, lots of beer pong. And, you know, all of us, what was really cool is this tiny ass little apartment, just like this movie. Everybody come hang out. You always have these different groups of people, the pot smokers out on the balcony, the the drinkers inside playing beer pong, and the people getting way too excited and way too aggressive and competitive with beer pong with, you know, a bunch of 19-year-olds that are drunk. I don't understand why you're so aggressive about this. The slutty girls. And then the piece de resistance, having these house parties on like Tuesday nights, and not waiting till the weekend. I remember one of the funniest things, they had a neighbor downstairs that would never call the cops on us, even though we would get really rowdy because they themselves were also drug dealers. So usually what would happen, we just like, hey, you want to come up and have some drinks?
You want to find some drugs, work in a restaurant. That's shit. And again,
it was easy.
And again, Tuesday night, because we're on that, you know, more than likely it's all the nighttime crew, but they're on that schedule. No one's like, I got to get home, and well, what do you got? What's going on? I was like, well, I got to wake up early tomorrow and go to the bank and the post office. No, if you got that shit done on your day off, you were lucky, you know. And so, and again, yeah, everyone works a Tuesday night and nothing else to do unless you go to another bar. But yeah, the doing drugs and everything. It's funny. Like I said, working in a restaurant, you find drugs. I was 17, and anyway, working, and the dishwasher came up to me, like kind of like a Chi McBride, but you know, not again. No one was ever that wise, and he just kind of out of the blue. I'd known him for 2 shifts, so we're maybe talking 8 hours. He comes up and she goes, "Hey man, do you know where I can get some acid?" And I was like, no idea. Ironically, even though I hadn't told anybody, I had some in my pocket at the time. So but I didn't know who the fuck this guy was. Like I
don't give random people acid. You might give people, you know, but
and again, I was new. I'd known him for 2 shifts because I mean this is like my 4th. So we'd worked together like twice. I was like, I don't fucking know you. Who the fuck are you?
I just remember during that period of time. You know, I had this job as a locksmith, and so I'd go do this party, and then I'd smoke a bunch of weed to drive home, and then I would get like a call in the middle of the night. Hey, you got to go unlock this door, and I'd be like, guys, there ain't no fucking way. Like,
I could barely unlock my own door, and I have a key for it.
yeah.
Alone somebody else's door.
There was a long time there where I was like 20 years old, and there wasn't a bar in Cordova I couldn't drink in because all these people kept coming to these fucking parties with us. And so like I'd bar hop from like TJF Fridays to Huey's, in the night down at Steak and Shake over on 64. And,
Steak and Shake,
baby. And TGI Friday, Tico was over there. My man Tico. Shout out to Tico.
We get super
Sorry.
We'd go get kicked out of Walmart over there on 64, and then we'd leave there and go down to Steak and Shake, and we knew the manager there. So in order to entice him to cook us something scrumptious, we'd take him a pint of Sailor Jerry's, and then we'd all drink the pint in the parking lot and go inside. He'd make us a fucking patty melt with some Frisco sauce on it that was just to die for. So, I will say parts of this waiting thing, even for an outsider that never worked the food industry, I get it. But at the same time, some of it just bugs the shit out of me. I really don't like Anna Faris.
Really? Why?
I can't get some of the stupid shit she's done out of my head, like Scream, or not Scream, Scary Movie. And there's one scene where she is this crazy, sex-crazed bitch in Get 'Em to the Greek, where she takes out this humongous dildo to fuck Jonah Hill, and I just can't get that.
Before all that.
But I didn't see it before all of that.
No, this was after Scary Movie. Scary Movie was first.
Oh,
yeah. But anyway,
you played a character, but.
Yeah, so my favorite character is probably Guzman. But let's jump to did we talk about Scene? I don't fucking know anymore.
We were just talking about Scene.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you tell me your favorite scene?
Are we changing cast out?
Yeah, I changed out cast.
All right, I did. Everybody.
Taylor, do you have any, or you want me to go?
I didn't change anybody.
Okay, so. Recasting Ron Reynolds.
Whoa.
How dare you?
Well, just because this would be fun. So, all right, let me go down. I got 4. So let me tell you how I whittled them down. I like Nathan Fillion. Okay. I like him, but they were together in Two Guys, a Girl, in a Pizza Place, the TV show. So they're both silly. I think in this movie, though, I think for this one, Nathan would be too old because he's like 7 years older than Ron Reynolds, but I think it would be good. I think it would just be good just because I think it'd be a different dynamic of the character. Vince Vaughn could have done it. I still didn't love.
Vince has that same like word vomit style comedy.
Yeah, didn't love it. So add on that, and then Stifler, Sean William Scott. I thought Stifler could do it, and I thought, no. I think Stifler, as much as I like,
he would have been too young then. I think.
No, he wouldn't have been too young, but he would have been a little bit younger than Ron Reynolds is. But I still just, but I'm gonna go with.
By the way, Nathan Fillion is only 5 years older than Ryan Reynolds.
Okay, so Ryan Reynolds is 75 and he's 70.
76 and 71.
Okay, all right, I was close. I knew it was something around there, but I've settled on, and this is Neil Patrick Harris, NPH. I think would have nailed that role because he has that snarky, sarcastic. He's not as goofy as Stifler. He doesn't talk as fast as Vince Vaughn.
I had thought a little bit about somebody that does that same kind of, again, word vomit and very good improv. Different movie, though, because this person's much older, and it would have been an older waiter style, but Robin Williams.
And just as you were saying that and said much older, I immediately went, he's going to say Rob Williams.
Yeah.
I knew it.
I'm just thinking him coming out and talking and then going behind the closed door and motherfucking everybody. I just think it would have been hilarious.
Well, yeah, and also, a lot of roles Robin Williams ended up doing. I mean, how many Robin Williams comedies can you name?
A few.
A few. As funny as he was as being a stand-up, as much as he killed at doing that, did a lot more serious roles than he did goofy, silly shit.
That's fair.
So, I mean, that would have been good. And then I recast Justin Long. Are these both OC guys? You'll tell me. You tell me this. Ben McKenzie.
Yeah, he's from the OC.
I think he's from the OC. I could have seen him doing it.
And he was in Got Him.
He was in Got Ham, which is the Batman TV show.
It's called Gotham, but we like to call it Got Him.
Got Ham. There you go.
I was wondering what the fuck you were talking about.
Got Ham. Because it always would come on and go Gotham, and I would always look at her and go, Got Ham. And so she hated it for a little bit. And then...
What, you calling it Got Him?
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, and then she was like...
Then I was like, I just got to go with it.
Yeah, because he's going to keep doing it. Adam Brody.
He's OC as well.
He's okay. I knew it was, but I think Adam Brody would have been changed him out for the same person. I think
I could see him doing it more than Ben McKenzie.
Okay.
Yeah,
because they're both like kind of the same character.
Well, Adam Brody in like say The League, he was funny in that.
I don't remember him being in it.
He's the guy that died of. He
left the beach house.
He left the beach house.
Yeah, okay.
Remember, because he wasn't in it very much, but when he was in it, he talked mad shit, and a lot of that stuff was improvised. So, well, again, we were talking Justin Long. He's been in me apparently, as we discussed earlier. So,
Long.
I don't know who got the better of the end of that deal. Sorry, Justin. Or maybe you're welcome. But I
could see Brody doing that.
I couldn't figure out who to recast any of the girls because aside from Anna Faris, everybody is just kind of obscure.
I was thinking, what's that girl that's in Chasing Amy and she's also in Big Daddy?
Hold on, now are we talking?
Hold on.
Is she the drunk chick from 40-Year-Old Virgin? The director's wife.
Joey Lauren Adams.
Oh, is she actually Amy in Chasing Amy?
I think so, yeah.
Oh, okay, well, yeah.
You can also pull in Leslie Mann there, too.
That's who I was talking about, Leslie Mann, because she's married to Bob, who's the director of the 40-Year-Old Virgin and all that shit. I can't believe I'm saying. He's also... why can't I think of his gosh damn name now? Fuck shit. Regardless, okay. I like either one of those.
Well, now I'm looking up people. I think.
Fuck, why couldn't I think of his name? Sorry, John.
I think Ashton could have done Ryan Reynolds.
Ashton Kutcher?
Yeah, he could have done. He could have done Ryan Reynolds' part.
No.
Oh, 100% he could have.
No. Ashton Kutcher?
Yeah. Yeah, he could have.
Well, then we'll just put Ashton Kutcher in there and Topher Grace in it for Justin Long. How about that?
It could work.
Whatever.
I was also thinking about for Justin Long, you could switch out Ben Savage from Boy Meets World.
Yeah, really? Wait. Has he done anything else besides Boy Meets World? Not to say this is a bad choice or anything. I'm asking you. It sounded sarcastic. I'm asking you a serious question. Has he done anything else besides Boy Meets Girl or Boy Meets World? I can see.
Bill Hader's the same age too.
But Bill Hader wasn't famous then.
True. Franco.
No, Franco.
No, he's done nothing else.
Hey, look, hey man, that's a still successful career, man. You got two shows that I've heard of, and there was a trivia question.
He did a Super Bowl commercial.
There was a trivia. Oh yeah, there was a trivia. Was funny. There was a trivia question about iCarly the other day. Someone asked me, he was like, "Do you know the answer?" It's like, all I know is how to spell iCarly. I don't know of that show or nothing. But Boy Meets World and Boy Meets Girl, I have seen, unfortunately.
iCarly was like a younger thing.
Okay, I do want to get us back on track here because we do have one more segment to do today, and I don't want us to be too drunk.
Yeah.
Are you changing any cast out?
No, I didn't. I like it the way it is.
All right. Let's talk about plot holes and comments.
America's still great. Not wanting to change it.
It's not. It's not
Anyway,
great as of yesterday. That's for damn sure.
It's hot, so there's that. Well, I mean, again, this movie with the plot holes is the same as the last one we did, Beer Fest. They're both silly. Like,
how much time is invested in showing people's penises? It's a plot hole for me.
I thought there was, aside from the fact that there is one actual pair of nuts, where they're probably fake, because I'm sure you don't actually see Guzman's real nuts. I'm okay with all that. I'm all right with that. I think it's funny that he goes in there and tries to get someone to come in and do the goat, and he's been in there with the guy with the training video for fucking like 10, 15 minutes. And he's starting like he's getting like a cramp from being bent over.
I've got a plot hole.
Which is what?
There is no way that cute little hostess would be dating what's his face.
Oh, Guzman.
Yeah, there's no way.
She was a bartender.
Even worse.
Hey, look, you get to know people. You know, this shit happens.
There's no fucking way.
Look,
no fucking way that they would be dating.
Look, I bartended
in the bathroom. We got to.
Oh, that is funny. I was a bartender for a long time, and I knew other bartenders that were fugly and had hot chicks. And I'm not saying that's the difference between a bartender and the kitchen guy, but you know, some of those kitchen guys are fucking slick.
He didn't seem to be.
I've seen it happen. It's just, you work with somebody and you don't, you know, it's not high school, so it's not like, who plays in the football team, whatever. You just get to know somebody, and sometimes it clicks. And it just
I just don't see it.
I'm just saying that it happens occasionally.
Does it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It does. So I'm not ruling it out, because also you're saying Luis Guzman can't pull no tail, which
he's not the most attractive looking fella.
Does it matter? Guys like women because they're hot. Women can go out because they like, you know, personality. It just fucking happens. I don't know. Y'all are emotional, weird creatures that no one can figure out.
His character did not seem of such.
Well, okay. Well, maybe he gives her the good dick game then, and that's what it is. He got lucky. She got drunk. He fucked her, and she comes so hard. Fucking, it was like they had to get a mop out. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. Maybe that's
I'm just saying that's my fucking plot hole. So get off me about it.
Because he's got a hog. He's got this fucking.
Ugh.
It's like an iguana.
Yes. It's like a baby's arm holding a fucking apple.
Oh my God, Jesus. I've heard that before.
Seen it.
Have I?
Mm-hmm.
Did you have a boyfriend before Carter that was hung?
It's just the internet. Anyway.
All right. Well, anything else from you guys? Because I'm going to close this out here.
I think I'm good.
No.
Watch it.
Waiting, you like it. Fuck Taylor. You know,
yeah, don't listen to Taylor.
Yeah, know he's talking about.
Okay, thanks. Bye.
Way funnier than the Passion of the Christ, by the way.
Stop it.
All right. Thanks for joining us on Plot Off the Press today. We're all feeling pretty good, as you can see. Tito's working hard.
We only had 2 drinks.
Yeah, we're good.
I've had a later and I'm feeling it.
Wait.
I know. Someone has 1 liter of beer. Golly.
It's 9%. Yeah, I'm feeling it. Sorry.
I told you to drink the 9%. Jesus.
That's all I had in that. I don't just roll around with the cheap shit.
What did you have? The Marisou 8 in there? What was going on? Rogue Dead Guy Ale? What are you drinking?
It is Community Mosaic.
It's not the what's the...
God, you're such an F word. All right, here. I'm
pulling
my balls out. Everyone avert your eyes.
Thanks, bye, everybody.